Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to transform some plastic Barbie doll furniture to make it look more realistic for my dollhouse makeovers and dioramas. My first transformation is for this dollhouse bathroom. I'm using this vanity from Barbie Big City Dreams Malibu playset. I found this one at the thrift store. I'm using it to create a new sink vanity for the bathroom. I'm just going to use the legs for the vanity. I applied some hot glue along the side of the legs because there were gaps. I want it to look like a solid leg. After the glue dried, I applied spackling. Then I sanded the legs. I'm painting the legs black first. I'm using dowels to add more support to the legs. I painted it all black and then gold. For the sink part, I'm using the small shadow box I also thrifted. I painted it white. I also grabbed some beads for the faucet, painted them black first and then gold. I'm using craft sticks to add a bottom to the frame, also known as the sink. I applied spackling, sanded it, and then final coats of paint. I love how this vanity turned out. My next project is for the living room of the same dollhouse. I'm using the other part of the vanity I used in the bathroom to make a desk for under the stairs. I used dowels and beads to make the legs. I glued on some craft sticks to cover the holes. I'm painting it white first, and then the final color is going to be blue. For the desktop, I'm using a piece of balsam wood. I applied some stain. I'm using jumper rings as the drawer pulls. I love how this desk turned out. The next transformation is for my pink pop diorama kitchen. I want to make these bar stools look more realistic. I'm painting it white and adding a new seat. I'm using a couple of layers of foam board for the seat, so the bar stools are a bit taller and scaled to Barbie. I'm covering it with some fabric. I use this rope to wrap around the seat to hide all the ugly bits. That looks good. The next transformation is even easier than the bar stools. I'm using these chairs for the pink pop kitchen, and they have to be a little bit pink. I just painted the seat white. I'm using pink paint to add an animal print pattern to the top of the seat. That looks good. Okay, now I'm going to my 3-story dream house for the next transformations. I bought this dream house years ago and it came with all the original furniture. First, this pink sofa. I'm just going to cover it with some fabric. To finish the sofa, I glued on this fringe trim. Now for the sofa chair. I don't think this chair was part of the original Dreamhouse, but I'm using it for this makeover. I'm covering it with different fabric and using the same fringe around the sides. That looks good. Now for the coffee table. This is what it originally looked like. I already painted it black, but I want the top of the table to look like wood. I'm using balsa wood. I'm tracing the tabletop onto it, but I have to do it in 2 parts. I don't have pieces big enough to trace the whole pattern. I also gave the coffee table new legs with some beads and wood pegs. I painted the legs black and the tabletop was stained. That looks cute. Now for the side table. I'm painting the lamp gold and the table is going to be black. I removed the lampshade cover so I can use it as a template for the new lampshade cover. I really like how that turned out. Now to the bedroom. I want to make this bed look like it's upholstered. I'm using this foam sponge and fabric. In the bedroom, there's also a vanity. I'm adding balsa wood to the top and the sides. I'm using a wood round for the back of the new mirror. I stained it. painted it. And added some hardware. For the vanity stool, I painted the leg black and the new fabric seat. I love how it turned out. It does look more realistic, right? Now to the kitchen in the same dollhouse. This table is really low, it's not scaled with Barbie. I don't want to add different legs, so I'm just going to have to make the tabletop part a bit thicker, with foam board and wood rounds. The last transformation is for my Best in Black diorama. I removed this fireplace from this folding dollhouse. The first makeover it had, I just painted it gray and applied some brick scrapbook paper, but I think I can make it look more realistic. I glued on some foam board and cardboard to make it look taller. I also applied some paper mache to smooth out the corners and the edges. Then I applied small brick to it that I made with egg cartons. I first painted it with a light gray. Then I decided to also add brick to the inside of the fireplace. I painted it black and then applied a darker gray to the rest of it. I'm using balsa wood again to create the new mantle. For the fire in the fireplace, I used some plastic colored sheets and some real tree branches. I think the fireplace is my favorite transformation. Please tell me which one is yours. Did I make them look more realistic? Let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please hype and give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.